Hello, my name is Sam, also known as brokeartista on all social media platforms, and we're going to be going and setting up my 2025 Hobonichi cousin. As you can see, I have the porter cover. Goob gifted me this, and it is honestly so beautiful and so expensive, and it's just, it's really pricey, but it's honestly so gorgeous, and I'm so happy inside. And yeah. I got my stuff from Yosefa Stationery, just so you know. And yeah, I've just been really waiting. I've been waiting for like my stickers to set up for 2025, and now that I got them, I'm able to set it up. And the porter cover is beautiful, just to say one more time. And as you can see, all these stickers that I have inside are from the Coffee Monsters Co. And all the vinyl stickers that I'm going to be using to like decorate the cover and stuff like that is from other stores that I will be showing off later. All these like monthly setups I'm not gonna like do right now, but I'm just gonna focus on like the general yearly setup things that I could do right now, because I do want to make videos later on setting up like each month. These are all the stickers that I have. Some I ordered on Etsy, some I got in person, some from the Coffee Monsters Co. As you can see, I have a lot of stickers, and yeah, I don't know. I do still have to get stickers from like Comic Con that I know I'll probably be getting, so the cover may or may not change. So we shall see about that. I also do know that a lot of people use the Midori A5 clear cover 1 page per day or 1 day. It's called something. It's like has a slightly thicker spine compared to just a normal A5 clear cover that Midori has, but apparently a lot of people use that for their Hobonichi, like Hobonichi cousin in the original, because the Avec is thinner, so I think you can use the normal clear cover, like the normal A5 notebook size cover. But because this one is for the whole year, it's slightly thicker, so it's probably better to get the other cover. So I'm planning to get that, so that way once I actually paste down the stickers and everything can kind of be like protected and sealed, and I'm not like worried about them getting like scratched or anything. Even though I do technically have the porter cover, I do feel like I still kind of, like, I sometimes end up taking out my notebook anyways, so it's kind of like just, I don't know. I just like having the option of being able to write in the cover or also without the cover. And yeah, I'm basically now writing this label of "This Belongs To" from the Coffee Monsters Co. I was kind of nervous about writing on it because I was just like, I don't know what to write, because even though, you know, I have my name, I usually go by my nickname, but then that feels too short. Like Sam just feels too short to write on a big sticker. So I was like, let me do Samantha, but then that feels too plain. So then I drew these stars, and it still feels like not my favorite thing, but also it's already very cute. So I'm like, it's okay, it's fine. And this is me struggling to figure out how to place this sticker, because I did want to paste it down, and also I don't know what I'm going to do with the rest of like this like blank page that's like on here, so that's another thing that I have to think about. And I also slightly smudged it because I think it didn't like dry down fully, which made me slightly upset. But anyways, so here I'm basically starting off with the yearly overview, I believe is what it's called. All stickers from the Coffee Monsters Co. And I'm basically sticking down all the stickers. Most people will like probably measure them out specifically just to make sure nothing is like uneven, and I honestly just did it by hand and by eye because I was a little too lazy to do all that, and I did not want to do the math or figure out how spaced out they needed to be. But I thought it was pretty easy because they're pretty much the same size as the calendar already there, so it wasn't too difficult to figure out. But yeah, no, it was very satisfying to paste down all these stickers, honestly, and it just made me more and more excited to like keep planning for like the next year, honestly. And in case you don't know, this is actually my first ever Hobonichi cousin. Last year, or I guess this year, you could say, 2024, is the first time I discovered Hobonichi. And, well, technically I discovered it in 2023 for 2024. But this is my first year using Hobonichi. I'm using an A6 actually. I'm using the One Piece edition of the Hobonichi original in A6 because it didn't come in a bigger size. And I honestly wish it did. Like, if it came in a cousin, that would be so nice. So currently my setup is basically the One Piece edition of the Hobonichi original. I have the yellow Luffy cover, and I also have a pencil board for the A6 as well. And so that has been my setup, and it honestly has been working so far. Like, I've never been someone to be able to finish a planner fully, or like, for the most part I was always bullet journaling, and while I do mostly use up the notebooks, it's never fully like just like as a planner or as like a bullet journal. I'll just like randomly draw something or like need to write something down, and that's how it mostly gets filled up. But even then, I have never really like finished one properly. Like, if I mess up on something, I just feel the need to like rip out a page and just like start all over, which I can't really do with a Hobonichi, which is kind of good for me because it makes me not rip out all the pages so easily. And yeah, I don't know if it's, I understand the idea of like, oh, when something becomes so like popular, or like, obviously this is a Japanese brand and it has been popular and around for many, many years. Just like for a long time in general. So obviously it's popularization in like Western culture or Western hemisphere has like just increased as well more recently, which is what I mean by becoming popular, like in the Western hemisphere. But like I don't know if that's because that is why I have done so well with Hobonichi. Like, I don't know if it's like the hype of Hobonichi and that's why I'm excited about it and using it, or if it's just like this planner just genuinely is working for me. And even if it's because of the hype around it, I feel like even if that, you know, like if it's working, it's working, like for me. And I do understand that it can be expensive. I remember the first time, well, when I bought my like setup, the reason I bought like a cover and a pencil board and I went like all out with that was because I was like, oh, in my head I was like, if I really like this planner, then I only need to replace the book that's inside, so it won't be as expensive for the next year. Which kind of didn't work out because I'm moving into a cousin and I still ended up getting a cover for the cousin. And then I think I also ordered a Hobonichi Weeks as well. I'm a big Formula One fan, and apparently there's been a Hobonichi Weeks Formula One for a while. And by the way, I have just become a Formula One fan, like this year, like in January. Like, I just fell into it. Anyways, so I ordered the Formula One Hobonichi Weeks, and I'm very excited. It should be arriving like in a week or so. And I think the Hobonichi Weeks start at the end of November. It's like the last week of November going into December 1st, I'm pretty sure. So that is exciting because that means I can use it soon. So I'm basically having a whole new setup for next year because I've never used the cousin and I've never used the Hobonichi Weeks. So this is going to be a very interesting year. I'm debating whether or not I should even get another Hobonichi Weeks because I feel like 3 planners feels a little excessive, even if the weeks isn't as big, so it doesn't feel as like daunting. I just really love like not having the One Piece planner next year. Kind of makes me really sad, so it makes me want to get like the One Piece like Weeks because I feel like that will like, I don't know, I'm trying to convince myself that I don't need it because I'm like, you'll be fine with 2 planners, and maybe I'll be satisfied with like having like One Piece stickers or like the One Piece pencil boards for like my weeks and like my A5. I feel like that will make me feel a bit better inside. Or like satisfy that like, not craving, but kind of that like desire to have something like one piece, like a one piece book, because there's too many options. There's too many like cute options. Even like the weeks or like the covers for like Yumi Kitagishi, I believe is her name. Like her weeks and also her letter covers, I think is what they're called. They're normal covers for like the Hobonichi books, but they're called like letter or something like that, are the cutest things in the entire world, honestly. And like it's like, obviously I don't want to have many covers of like I just don't want to have a lot of covers when I know I can't really use them for like multiple notebooks if I only have the one. So I think that I'm okay with being like, yeah, that's not a smart idea for me. Because, you know, there are people that like collect these covers and like really like doing that. And I'm not going to judge them for that. But because I already have my things that I like to collect in other ways, in other things, other options. Like I have pins, I have so many pins. And some people would be like, oh, that's just a waste of money. But to me, it makes me happy and it reminds me of everywhere I've been and everything I've done throughout my life. And that makes me happy. And so, you know, I would never judge someone else for like collecting something and buying something, even if they aren't like actively using it, quote unquote, every day. Because like if you had 15 notebook covers but you don't have 15 notebooks all at once, then you're not using it. But just like me, I just have my pins on display. I'm not actively like touching them, grabbing them. I'm not even sometimes looking at them every day per se. Like, so it's like, you know, I don't know. Collecting things is fun and interesting, and people are weird for like judging other people for their hobbies, I guess, or like what they want to like spend their money on, you know. But yeah. So just to get into some lore of like Hobonichi and like my relationship with them, I basically randomly saw a reel or a TikTok. I think it was a reel. I think it was on Instagram, a video of like the One Piece Hobonichi, and like it just popped out of nowhere. And I haven't used a planner in quite a long time, like an actual planner that's like dated and everything. And so I saw that and I was like, oh, I haven't really thought about using like a planner in a while. And I've been in school, so I've always been like writing stuff down in terms of like homework, things I need to do, blah blah blah. And because I've been wanting to post more and more, in general, I have been wanting to try to like keep track of that. It has been difficult. With YouTube, it has made it easier to be like, okay, you need to post this much. But for some reason, when it comes to short form, I just like to just film, edit, and then just post it, usually. So, I don't know, it's been more difficult to be like, we need to manage a calendar or something. But anyways, besides that point, I basically saw it on a reel and immediately was like in love with it. And then I was able to look online on YouTube, like Yoseka has some videos on like One Piece and like that whole collection, and just watching other people like also like talk about it was honestly really nice. And like it was just because I was such a big, and I am still such a big like One Piece fan, it was such a like exciting thing of being like, oh my god, look at this thing, it's like the most perfect thing in the world. Like I remember being so excited, and I still am, and I still love it, but it's like, I don't know, there was just such an excitement. There's such an excitement for like something that you want to buy until you have it. And even if you still love it when you have it, there's just like, there's something about that feeling when you first like look at it. Like when you first look and find something that you really want, it's like a crazy feeling, I feel like. But anyways, after that, I was able to get my stuff through the Hobonichi website. Shipping from Japan is so expensive. I don't even want to talk about it. Like it was crazy. But I also was like, okay, this is worth it because I really want this thing. And I didn't realize that there are vendors in the US that also sell the Hobonichi stuff. Like, I don't know, I just didn't really think about it. But I guess the price would kind of be the same anyways. because most, I think, US retailers also kind of like, they like raise up the prices, I assume, to include like the shipping that it would have like cost to get it sent over from Japan anyways. So I don't really know how that works, honestly. But yeah, no. And then through learning about Hobonichi, I've been able to discover people like the thecoffeemonsterzco, and like she has become such a big like influence to me in terms of like her stickers, her setups, like Hobonichi in general. Like I have listened to other people also talk about like planning, journaling, like spreads, like plan with me's have been like so satisfying, honestly, to watch. And yeah, I don't know. Like I've always watched like bullet journaling and like journaling in general, and even gotten more into like junk journaling as well as like a concept and a thing. And yeah, I don't know. This has become like a fun little thing that I've gotten into for the past year or so, and I want to share more of it. And I really want to get into it next year, showing off like my cousin, my setup, maybe my weeks, my F1 weeks. But I think I'm gonna use that as like a finance journal or a finance thing, and so I'm not 100% sure how I'm gonna be able to show it off, or how I'm honestly going to be setting it up, because I don't think I'll be making it as like cutesy as like I will with like the cousin. So I'm not 100% sure how that's gonna work out, but we shall see. And yeah, I don't know. I'm still tabbing on the tabs because it's taking a long time to do all that. I do want to know what your guys' thoughts are on Hobonichi, if you've tried it before, if you haven't, if you've just been hearing about it and you're like, what's the hype about these books? I just think it's very interesting, like the way this has become so like popular, I guess, like specifically in like Western culture now, or Western hemisphere. I don't know why I keep saying culture. I guess partially as well. But yeah, I don't know. It's very interesting when things become so popular. And I know a lot of people like these notebooks with like fountain pens as well, and that's also something I've gotten into more recently. With the thecoffeemonsterzco, she recommended the TWSBI Eco, and I got that, and I got it in a fine. It's still a little too thick for me, but like I do use it for like drawing and like sketching sometimes, so that's been kind of fun. And I do really want to get a Pilot Vanishing Point in the extra fine. I think I'm gonna get the Decimo, because I did try the bigger one and didn't even realize there was a difference until I realized that the Decimo is smaller, and it's honestly not bad. It's not like I don't feel any type of way about the bigger pen or the smaller pen. I'm not like, oh, this feels nicer. It's kind of just like, oh, you know, it feels kind of the same, so I'm just gonna go with the slightly cheaper one. Even if it's not that much of a difference, but you know. And yeah, thank you for listening to me rant a little bit, or just like talk in general about like my setup and everything. I hope it was at least kind of sort of satisfying to watch me go through all this. My 2 rows of tabs, everything, almost all like the sticker setups are from the thecoffeemonsterzco, and then I have other stickers that I will like tag the artist. Some of them are on Etsy. The others are from yours truly in Brooklyn, I believe by Fulton Street on the G line. If you want to go by there, they have really cute stuff. They also sell Hobonichi and Midori and stickers and just other nice goods. And yeah, thank you so much for listening to me. I hope you like and subscribe, and I will see you hopefully next week, and I won't be late to uploading this video. So yeah, bye bye.